The relationship between dyscalculia and math anxiety is a complex one. I think we don't fully understand that at this point in time because it's kind of like a chicken and egg problem. The anxiety can lead to difficulties with math, or difficulties with math can lead to the anxiety itself. When a child says that they struggle with math, it can sometimes be difficult to understand whether they have a fundamental math disability such as developmental dyscalculia, or whether they're just afraid of math and therefore don't like doing it anymore. A child that has dyscalculia will have real difficulties and persistent difficulties in learning basic math skills. A child with math anxiety, on the other hand, has a negative experience with math. Maybe a teacher who embarrassed that child in front of the rest of the class. And this leads to a trajectory of avoiding math. And that in turn might lead to math difficulties. You could imagine another child who, for maybe genetic reasons, has developmental dyscalculia, and the experience of doing math is just terrible. So they also develop math anxiety. So I think you can have either an isolation of one another, or you can have both. In our research and the research of others, we do find that children who we think have developmental dyscalculia very often also have math anxiety. I think it's important to distinguish between math anxiety and dyscalculia because we might treat them differentially. So if a child only has a mathematics anxiety, there's certain things we can do to help them cope with their anxiety, to be aware of their anxiety, and therefore to lessen the negative effects of that anxiety on their performance in the math classroom. Whilst if a child has developmental dyscalculia and mathematics anxiety, one might need to work both at their basic understanding of fundamental mathematical concepts as well as their feelings towards math. So I think it is important to distinguish between the two, but also to understand that they're related to one another and can often co-occur.